Welcome everyone to another episode of the Gale and Brockheart, brought to you by AED&D. We are here today with this lovely GM, Orcs of the team, myself. We have Donnie Danger playing Gale Glavenus. We have the Man Bear playing Gnomeface, and we have Nervous Splargan playing Sven Burstraw. On some exciting news, I found out that we're officially playing my campaign for a year, because I was going through the recordings and I saw that the earliest recording I have for Brockheart season 2 was on 12/4 of 2022.
Oh wow.
So that was interesting. Well, I mean, we're 3 days behind, but it's not gonna line up that way. So yeah, found that out. So we officially hit a year, guys. Woo! I can't wait to pass this off. So yeah, going forward, next week we have to do Wednesday, because I'm leaving Friday at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Okay.
I make no guarantees. They've been having me do a lot of OT.
Fair. So tentatively Wednesday next week. I'm gonna be gone all the following week. I'm not coming back home till like Friday or Saturday.
Where you going?
Christmas
Where you going?
Christmas with my step parents. They're renting out a cabin in Tennessee, in the Gatlinburg area.
Say
where
hi to my father while you're down there.
I don't know where he lives.
I honestly don't know where he lives either. Somewhere in Tennessee.
Well, I'll just start throwing bottles with a note in at random houses I drive by. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're leaving Friday because that's when the first day of the rental, and then we're leaving the next place like Tuesday, Wednesday, and stopping in Nashville on the way back to see Nashville, because I've never been there. So
Okay.
staying there for like 2 days and then coming back. So it's gonna be they're doing it this time so they don't mess with other Christmases. So like, yeah, we'll just do it 2 weeks before Christmas, and then you don't have to come by us for Christmas or something. You can do whatever. So then after that, normal, and then the week after that's Christmas. Yeah. Right. Wednesday off, normal, probably normal.
All right.
Yeah, because Christmas is on a Monday this year. So that work for you guys? So
Should. Tentatively.
None of you have well, I guess if Christmas is on a Monday, you probably don't have to worry about Christmas plans.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like I said, tentative. It should work. Things might change.
All right. Yeah, but that's what I have for upcoming announcements. And besides the recording from last week all messed up, which I have to read the lips and re-record my audio part, so that'll be fun. I found out I was doing the majority of talking, so we get pretty good at reading lips, hopefully.
Just deducing responses based on reactions.
I mean, it wasn't the whole episode, was it?
No, it was a lot more of describing what's going on as you guys travel to places, but then I had the entire conversation as the council with Gale, and then also with being the dragon and stuff. So there was more of conversations like with you guys and me than you guys together. So I have to fill that in, but that'll be tomorrow project.
Yeah.
Everything looks good on my side, so I'll do a recap and then we can hit the road. Oh, you guys can hit the road. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So last time on the Gale and Brockheart, you guys recently arrived into Alexandria with a dragon doing a flyby, feeling the wind uh, or the turbulence in the wind as it flies by. You stayed the night at a what was it? What was it? Something rat at
The cordial rat.
the Cordial Rat. You stayed at the Cordial Rat, the inn, which turned out to be a pretty hopping place once the late night came around. Not so much for dinner, but after that, and everyone was talking about it's Dragon Day and stuff, which you found out just meant that they're having a festival type event because the dragon is here and the dragon arrives about once a month. So the next day, you wake up to parades happening in the streets, and you guys are trying to fight your way around and see stuff. You guys kind of went your separate ways. Gale went to go talk to the council, who's in charge of this place. Gnomeface, you went somewhere, and then you went to go talk, wanting to talk to Dragon. And Gale, not Gale, Sven, would you go first?
Me, I went and looked at the vendors,
Sven.
but they didn't really have anything of interest.
Me? Did I go? I remember getting glow sticks, fireworks. Oh, I got t-shirts.
That's okay. Yeah, you also got
Alright,
t-shirts.
so Wilhelm and these two got t-shirts out of the deal.
That's right.
Dragon Day t-shirts.
Yeah, so then while you were there, and then you guys were gonna meet up after Gale talked to the council. I don't know why you all didn't go to the council, but that's a different point. So then Gale went talked to the council, got told to come back in an hour when they were on lunch because he had all the news and they wanted to talk to him for further elaborate on it. So then they kind of gave him a briefing on like all the dragons of the world, and he had informed them about the sea monster in this Yellow Sea, which their response was it's a little early for that. To which, and then he went talked to the dragon, who was very fascinated about a new human. And then he went back to meet up with the group. Gnomeface went to go see the council because it was ask the council favor day or question day. Since the dragon was there, he wanted to talk to the dragon. The council said, "Well, come back tomorrow. You'll get a note whether you'll get a call back for tomorrow." After he gave him some information, and then so he went on his way. They all met up, did some stuff. After that, and then at the end of the day, Gnomeface received a letter saying that, or Gnomeface and Gale were outside, and they saw the dragon fly away. And shortly after that, Gnomeface received a letter from a messenger on a horse that said, so we regret to inform you that you will not be able to meet the dragon tomorrow." So you guys decided that instead you're gonna leave in the morning, and I think that's where we ended.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I do remember what happened last time.
I think that sums up most of the big points that happened.
Yeah, something like that.
I did give the dragon a knight's emblem.
Oh yeah, yeah, because he asked because he thought he was fascinated, and he ripped the one off your stash.
Yep, the spare. Told the dragon make sure to treasure it, and he said he would.
Dragon and treasure kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you guys want to discuss stuff the night before? Discuss stuff in the morning? Do you want to skip to the morning or get into do karaoke at the bar before you go to bed? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just let me just brief everybody on what I talked about with that council before we go to bed and see if anybody has plans after that.
All right. I'll say it after dinner. You guys kind of got back. You guys just finished up eating. You're in the same booth as the night before. Crowds are just like they started piling in a little bit ago. The musician's just setting up. He's doing a kind of not an upbeat and loud. He's doing kind of more of a low, just a little murmur, kind of like mood music. As dinner ends, and about to switch over to a different band to liven up the joint. So you guys are sitting there, 3 and 3 in the booth, having a nice ale.
So Gnomeface,
Mm-hmm.
I know you were curious if the dragon had anything to say about your swords. Didn't get the chance to bring it up with him. The council, who was kind of a middleman between the dragon and the people of Alexandria, had no idea what I was talking about when I mentioned them.
Nah, that sucks.
Well, thought I'd let you know.
I appreciate it. Hopefully the dragon will know, and they'll come back for me.
Maybe. I did also mention that their kraken was attacking, and they seemed very surprised by that. So it's possible the dragons might be a bit busy.
That's possible.
Yeah, so it sounds like they might have some stuff going on there, and they might be a bit preoccupied.
Mm-hmm. It does indeed.
Well, anyways, Sven, this shirt is very comfortable.
It's the finest one I could catch out of the air.
Unfortunately, I've already ripped a bit of it. My rippling pecs and biceps.
That'll happen. I knew it was a risk when I gave it to you.
It's appreciated, though. The thought is what matters. Anyways, gentlemen, did you have any more plans this evening, or are you ready to head to Brockheart tomorrow morning?
Ready to head to Brockheart. I gotta see my girlfriend.
You, Sven?
I mean, I'm pretty tuckered out. It was a pretty big day of running all over looking for stuff.
Yeah, I believe it. Anyways, I think we're ready to hit the hay.
Gale, meta-wise, you have an urge to actually explain to them, the dragons as a whole in this world versus just the one dragon that they saw. Because you did find out
there's
about
not just guys. Before I forget, there's not just one dragon. There's one for every element. The one that came here and frequents Alexandria is the wind dragon. So there is a water dragon out there. There is a fire dragon, I'm sure. There's all sorts of dragons. I think there might be 7.
8.
I'm not really sure. 8?
There's one for every council member.
Oh, there's a dragon for every council member.
Don't you remember the room I described to you?
I thought the
Did they
council
tell
was just
you-
talking to the one dragon. I thought all the dragons had like a city that they kind of visited.
Did they tell you why they're so attached to all 8, not just one?
DM, did they mention that?
Yeah, I'll explain it to you, and then you can word it the way you want to. So the council, this is essentially the home base. Each of these council members represent one of the dragons. Only the silver dragon reports back to here. The rest of the dragons report to their own designated, place. I forgot. I don't know. I'm thinking of a different word, but we'll say place. And at that place, there is a certain member or person who actually communicates to the dragon and gives it orders, or like is the human relation to the dragon. They can, all those people contact the corresponding council member. So if you give them news about the like if there's news that has to go to the fire dragon member of the council communicates to the remote person, and that person talks to the fire dragon. That's how it kind of goes.
Okay.
So this is just
guys,
the council where they all communicate together.
guys, if I'm recalling our conversation last night, that IPA that I ordered was hitting me a bit hard. But if I recall properly, Alexandria is kind of like the capital of where the dragons kind of meet, or at least where things matter. They don't all meet here. They all have their kind of spot. The silver dragon's the only one that kind of resides or visits the capital frequently. All the dragons have their own little region, their own little place that they like to stay out at. It's not necessarily tied to a kingdom or places that we know that I'm aware of. Alexandria might be a bit of an exception, but every council member in Alexandria kind of speaks for a dragon, which is what makes it the capital. Get what I mean? It's a bit hard to convey. Yeah? Head nods? Oh, okay. Some people are muted.
Did I mute myself?
Yep, you're unmuted now.
Now he's muted.
Now you're muted.
Stop telling me things. I'm confused.
We can hear you.
Was that you or Gnomeface?
What?
Was that you or Gnomeface that said stop telling me things? I'm confused.
That was Man Bear.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna just gaslight him into the 5th dimension.
But yeah, I mean, guys, I don't really know what else to say because things are a bit hazy for some reason. I think that's the gist of it. If you as guild members have some interest in the dragons, speaking to the council here would be a good place to start. In the future, of course.
Oh yeah, I'm back.
Did you catch all that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we ready to hit the get? Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go catch some Z's.
All right, so you guys talk and or you explain all the stuff that you found out at the council, and then you guys decide to go, head to bed. The place is nice and lively. They in the conversation, band members changed or swapped, and so you kind of have to like delicately make your way across the room. You go on up to the stairs. You guys go on up to your respectful rooms and head to sleep for the night. You wake up with the city in a very different atmosphere, where the day before it was super lively and celebrations, and now it's kind of like they went back to like just another day and they gotta go to work type of thing.
Okay.
So it's kind of more of the normal town. So
Just be fine because it's just a normal day. Gotta hit up the stables with the party, make our way on the road to Brockheart.
stables.
Oh, isn't that where the Michaels and the Smiths dock their caravan?
I guess so.
All right. So I guess I'm meeting up in the tavern for breakfast. First place I'm going.
Okay, so you're in breakfast. Do the two of you were you planning on going to breakfast or walking out first?
Yeah. Breakfast.
I mean, yeah, I'll have some slop and an ale.
All right. You have that. Different bartender this time. More kind of a little too cheery for the morning. Like this person, they live for the morning. They've been up for like 4 hours, 8 hours by time. You don't know if they're still awake or if they just woke up in a great mood. They bring your food and the breakfast is on the house. The ale you have to pay for. It's 3 floors. Um, you guys eat and discuss what you like, and then you guys head on out. Um, and
Well,
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, well, we do have to meet up with the Smiths and Michaels. I can't remember where we were supposed to do that.
Edge of town, I believe.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
You guys finish your breakfast, and you guys, walk outside kind of as a group, and you're greeted by the Smiths and Michaels.
Oh wow, you guys were right on time.
Well, we've been here for about a half hour. We want to make sure we didn't miss you guys.
There is a saying in the knighthood: if you're not early, you're late. You guys were definitely early. I can say that much.
Does that make you late?
Not necessarily. Let's not get into the specifics here. Let's grab our caravans, or you guys grab your caravans, and we can get back on the road.
Well, I just want now that we're meet up with you, let's walk there and yeah, you guys walk together. You hit the you get to the one entrance, grab the caravan, and they're like, so what direction are we headed?
Be north, if I'm looking at my map right.
North to Alaska.
Give me a second. Let me look at my map. Yeah, I mean, generally north, never east. So I go off a little bit to the west, but generally due north. Yeah.
Alaska.
To hit the drive. Okay. To head that way. You grab this stuff and you have to like walk around Alexandria to the other entrance and take the path that way. Yeah, you guys start walking. One of the Mr. Michaels, they chime up. Did any of you find out what happened or what's up with the dragon?
Oh, can I just quick meta explain to them what everything I explained to Sven and Gnomeface?
I mean, you guys can walk and talk. I could say you guys walk and talk, and I was just wondering how much you're gonna tell them.
I don't see any reason to hide anything except, I mean, like, I don't think any of this is confidential information. I didn't get that feeling at all. I feel like all of this is just open if you're willing to ask. So I explained to them everything I've heard.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like a quick 5 minute or like an hour walk and talk.
I mean, we're going to be on the road for a while.
So yeah, you're going off on your story, talking to them about everything you've learned about the dragon so far. So they're listening to you. Gnomeface, Wilhelm, or the knights and Sven are kind of walking on the other side. You guys keep going. You notice that as you were like getting to the outskirts, you saw a sign that said yellow seat ahead.
Oh. Was I wrong with my directions?
No.
Okay, yellow seat ahead then.
You okay?
I mean, there's only two ways in. You came in one way, which is not the way that you're supposed to leave, or not the direction of Brockheart. This is the only way out. If that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, it does make me feel better.
Yeah. So, I guess I can remember something. But yeah, you guys. So Gale doesn't see the sign, but Sven, Gnomeface, you guys see it. Because he's still in conversation with the or storytelling. Um, yeah, you guys start walking a bit. You get a lot of the road seems to be following the ocean and the cliff. You start going downhill since Alexandria is kind of perched on top of the cliff. And cut through part of a forest that was there. Or that's on the way. I want to say about half a day's travel, and the road forks. The arrow.
Wait, he is another. Wait,
On the
I
left
think
side,
it's
it
Uno.
says two bandit. What is it? Two bandit city or
Okay.
bandit town, and on the right it says there's two signs pointed up, and one is don't know if it has an actual name, but the name of the graveyard, but graveyard and then yellow seed on the right path.
I'm a little bit familiar with Graveyard. I don't remember seeing a route to a place called Bandit Town. Meta, how familiar am I with these routes?
I'm gonna say that I made up the fact that you kind of went mostly north and west out of Brockheart since you didn't come up with your own adventures. But yeah, so this wasn't part of your direction. You do know, I will say you do know like rumors of a big bandit like starter town that's not far from Brockheart. Just like the graveyard is not far from Brockheart. It's just headed more inland instead of more north.
Gotcha.
Guys, we have the options. The Graveyard, I've heard bad rumors. Bandit Town shouldn't be too dangerous, but I have a feeling the folks around those parts shouldn't be friendly either. I don't want to make the call here. What are you more comfortable with? Ghouls and ghosts? Or rogues and rapscallions? Talking to the party.
We've dealt with bandits before.
Couple times.
Let's see what the graveyard's like.
Okay.
All right,
Let's go graveyard.
let's pass through the
I got a little bit of
graveyard.
light magic in my book.
Should be quiet, right?
Should be. I've only heard rumors.
Of what?
The graveyard.
Meta-wise, I will tell you, Gnomeface knows both of these locations very well.
Yeah.
If he wants to
kinda
share.
I'm kind of like, hey, buddy.
Well, he knows the graveyard very well. He kind of thinks he knows the bandit town.
Either way, I'm okay with either one because I'm kind of just following the party right now. Not trying to make excuses here. It's just like I know these areas. I feel like and Sven made it clear that he wants to explore the graveyard. So, and we didn't really explore it as much as we ran through it after we killed the thing. So, might as well go explore it.
Fair enough. Graveyard it is.
Your Gnomeface.
No, his last chance. You part of you inside actually wants to go to the bandit town more than the graveyard.
I guess I am intrigued by the graveyard or not the graveyard, the bandit town. So I speak up in a voice. I go, hey, why do I want to call you Shin all of a sudden? Sven.
Kid?
Hey, Sven. I've been to that graveyard. It's got some spirits. There might be some more. I won't say no to going and exploring the graveyard, but this bandit town sounds new. So why don't we go check it out?
Yeah, suit yourself. I'll follow you to that. Why not?
Okay,
Oh.
so I'm not in.
I thought you were saying suit yourself. I'm going to the graveyard. I was like, oh.
Oh, I'm not about to solo that. Are you mad? No, 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 no.
Okay.
Did you
All right. Well,
did you happen to
Yeah.
listen to the last time they went there?
Nope.
it was nasty.
It's a graveyard. How bad can it be? They're already dead.
What they thought.
It's like an auto raid encounter. As soon as you walk in there.
Okay, yeah. So, you guys do another half day's travel, and then you come up to what seems to be a lot of smoldering buildings and smoke as you get close, and you get closer, and all you smell is just burning, or like the smell of burnt flesh and buildings is in the air.
You smell that? I heard this was Banditville, not Burnt Itville. hey.
Banditville actually
Pennywise.
sounds.
Not funny.
It's a good name for the town.
Wow. There's a Pennywise.
It's now renamed to Banditville. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so you guys start walking, and then or you guys keep walking, and the PCs of the group get a little notification in their HUD that's that
Mhm.
like signifies a quest log. Yeah.
Huh. Quest log updated. Interesting. Must be on the right way.
I more like new entry in the
I
quest
kind
log.
of when he says that, I look at him. I go, I thought you weren't a player.
I am a player.
I'm not. I just get these things for some reason.
You do know those are player things, right? Like anybody who is a player gets those.
I mean, maybe it's a bug, or maybe a feature, maybe a feat that some knights have. Yeah, I mean, it
Stop
is
pushing at that
peculiar.
point. I stop
Either
pushing at
way.
that point. I do want to keep pushing his buttons, just not all at once. So I just go, okay, and I keep walking.
Either way, what does it say? This notification.
So you open the quest log, and Sven, while they're having this conversation, Sven opens the quest log, and initially you see it, and you click on it, and it says clear Banditville, and it starts off by saying like the bandits have become too much, or there's too many bandits. Once again, please, trim down the numbers, and it gives you blank out of blank, and it has like objective number. That's kind of like grayed out a little bit, and below it, it actually says like there's a like a redacted spot or something, or an amendment to it, and it said, due to unfortunate circumstances of high level player being in a low level, or due to bugs of what happened, this quest is currently unavailable. Will be fixed in next update.
Kind of makes me think of that bandit lodge in the lower continent.
Well, you're having a conversation with Gnomeface. Sven's reading this.
I mean, it sounds to me like there's no bandits here.
Smells that way too.
So
I open the quest log after I'm done arguing with Gale, and I read it, and I go, somebody burned them all. Just kind of putting 2 and 2 together.
Dad, why can I see me?
Well,
You're on my profile, buddy.
I guess we're not stopping at an inn here.
Well, let's go see if we can find the player. I want to talk to him. Apparently, he's got some
I
really
mean,
good
if there's
fire
an
magic.
inn left-
Really good fire magic is a good thing.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's not an inn left. Probably on fire.
there's a bunch of unattended booze.
Feel free to keep your eyes out, Sven. But if
Just
there,
saying, there's traveling supplies that aren't being attended to right now. They clearly don't need them. What's the harm in helping ourselves?
there is none, if it's on the way, and you can find it quickly. It's just I'm getting flashbacks of that bandit lodge in the southern continent. If there's a high level player here camping out, anything might be fair game to them.
Mama.
I don't want to
Or
wind
they
up
might
in
be
their
really nice
crosshairs.
people. Or they might be really nice people and teach me their nifty fire magic.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's eager to teach you things, Snowface.
Hey, everybody I've ran into so far has been more than willing to share. I haven't run into really any buttholes.
You're
At least none
generalizing.
that lasted that long.
You're generalizing. The players that we ran into at that bandit lodge did not want to teach you anything.
No, but they weren't buttholes either. They told us, hey, this was their camping ground, and we were infringing on their turf, and they asked us to leave. So we left.
Fine, I'll
It's
keep
not
my mind
their fault.
open. I'll keep my mind open. I'm skeptical it will find anybody friendly.
We'll see.
Make our way carefully through this burning village.
No, it's not burning anymore. All the flames are gone.
But
But yes, you guys start walking around. Sven's looking for the old inn, which you do find after a while. But yeah, it looks like there's a couple buildings. It looks like a warehouse is here type of thing. And Sven, you find your way to the inn, and you just head straight back into the kitchen to see what's left. Quite a bit, honestly. The Gnomeface, roll a knowledge check.
rolling the dice. I got a 10.
Good enough. There's something very familiar about this town. Like you've been here before.
Okay.
Gale, you're kind of fascinated on kind of what can happen, or like how this has happened here and stuff like that. And
Is this the town where they poop gold?
no. And yeah, so you all ended up, you go through and you make your way to, or like Sven will call you guys in and you can make your way to like the inn. At least then you'll have a roof over your head.
All right.
The rooms aren't exactly there, but there's at least a second floor that's without a roof, or half of it. But there's at least covering over your head, so you can sleep in
Walls are nice.
booths.
Imagine there's barrels of salt pork, all sorts of provisions in here as well.
Oh, you find like the gold mine in the back. You're gonna load up your cart as you leave.
Oh,
This is the town where they poop gold.
No,
No, he just
So
said
how
there's
are
a
we finding a
mine.
gold
They
mine in the
mine
back?
gold.
no. He found a gold mine as there's lots of booze and lots of food here that he can leave with.
Oh, okay.
If it was the town they poop gold, we'd find a gold latrine, not a gold mine.
Mm.
I was skeptical at first, Sven, but you were onto something. I do have some brothers in the knighthood who are fans of these beverages. Guess I might take some home with me.
And at least we'll be able to eat well if we can, clean this stuff up, start a fire, get it cooking.
Oh
ready to
yeah.
go.
Is this Newbieville?
All right. So I mean, like, hey, I'm gonna just take a walk around and see if there's more than just booze. But otherwise, I'll take a handful of drinks, nothing to weigh me down. I roll a nat 1 on perception checks.
What are you looking for?
Anything besides booze.
I mean, you can just
Maybe
ask Sven. There's plenty of food back there.
Oh.
He was in the kitchen.
Like I said, we're good.
You saw some what, Sven?
Good. There's salt pork. There's all sorts of stuff back there. I don't know if there's bread that's fresh at all, but we should be pretty good.
Yeah, I guess I'll take some strips of burnt meat. That shit should last a few days.
The meat's not burnt. It's preserved.
Preserved meat.
The only part of the inn that's got burnt is the second floor. The rest of it's pretty intact.
Okay. All right. Some intact preserved meat. I'll have some of that. And generic booze. I'm just gonna add that to my inventory.
Come on. It's only the second floor that got blown up, which means the top shelf was untouched. So not just any generic booze, we've got premium generic booze.
Ah,
Good to go.
all right. Well, my brothers in the knighthood are going to celebrate my return. And I will regale them of our stories over some of these drinks.
Okay.
I pocket the booze, some of it. I'll let Sven and Will.
Unless Sven.
Johnny Jogger Blue. Why not?
I'm not sure why you're pocketing it. You want to elaborate?
I'm just taking a few small bottles. Something I can carry in a sash.
But why?
Why not?
You have Sven's cart.
No. Fair enough. Okay, load it up, Sven.
And I'm sure the Smiths and Michaels would like to share as well. Road's been hard on them. They could probably use a drink.
Yeah, I didn't think about them either. All right, load it all up, guys. Load it all up. Let's take it all.
Hang on, I'm
So what?
reminding Gnomeface. Yeah, you can either load it up now. I mean, it's kind of dark out, or you can load it up in the morning as you head on out.
All right, I didn't take into account the time of day. Let's load it up in the morning, guys.
I'm going to see what we can throw together with these provisions. If it's going to be a stew, if we're going to be having sandwiches, whatever we're going to have for dinner is going to be right here.
It'll be good too. Meantime, I'm just gonna prep some bedrolls.
Just for fun, Sven, how's your wisdom? Is it good?
It's all right.
How's your intelligence?
It's all right.
Um, we'll do roll a wisdom, and then
It's not all right. They're both really good. Wisdom's plus
I
5.
I mean it's all right. All right. So wisdom first.
yeah,
That's an 11.
you find quite a few different things. You find some frozen vegetables. Not really any fruit. They went bad by now, but you find like um a whole bunch of like frozen stuff that is somehow still frozen. Um, but yeah, you find pretty much all food groups. Uh, all food groups to make a good meal. Now roll intelligence or wisdom, whichever one's higher. Um, to see how well the meal gets whipped up.
That is
Oh.
a unnatural 20.
Do you make like a 3-course meal and it took you like an hour? You're full because you were eating as you're making it, testing it out, and all that sort. But like, um, everyone else is like setting stuff up and that, and you're proportioning stuff, and you're like, all right, guys, come grab your food, and then there's like a full 3-course meal. Like you have enough. You somehow made a salad out of what you had, a large salad. You guys have like, kind of like a pot roast with chopped up veggies with it, like a nice little ramen stew on the side, and for somehow you were able to whip up like uh fruit cake or something of that nature, like maybe a little cupcakes or whatever, or cookies, for dessert.
Nice.
So these frozen vegetables, how are they frozen? Was it just like a block of ice that was imported here, or is there some sort of? I mean, I doubt it's like a Freon refrigerator kind of thing, but like
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'll assume river ice. Otherwise,
Yeah, they're
the
in
urge
ice,
to
but like,
exploit that makes me itch.
yeah, you don't know where the ice came from, but apparently there's still ice being shipped in here and dropped off, and it just like it's like a 2-stage fridge. Like the back is literally all ice, and then this part's just for the fruit or vegetables and stuff. And it's a 2-tone fridge somehow, and you don't question it too much. You're like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, standard icebox kind of thing, but bigger.
Yeah. All right, Donnie, this is a question for you, not Gale. Do you remember? Where I'm trying to explain to Gnomeface, or have him remember. Do you remember what happened to you guys before you arrived at Brockheart? The last thing you did?
Before we arrived at Brockheart, what do you mean?
The first time you arrived at Brockheart.
We left Tutorial Town, and I think we were at Wollersheim.
It was after Wollersheim.
Maybe there was a Crossroads City. I know that there were catacombs and a goblin cave.
That was after you hit Brockheart. It's in
All
between
right.
there. Do you remember?
No.
Okay. This was before we started recording. So, Gnomeface, you all of a sudden, after like walk around the town and stuff, you get a spitting memory of what actually happened to this town. You know that it's out of commission right now, that the quest that's here is gone. But you remember a time when you guys were headed to Brockheart in a carriage. It was you, Big Doofus. It was a random player two random player characters and an NPC in a caravan going from Wollersheim to Brockheart. I forget the names of the two, but there's a gentleman with a sword. He's more of a fighter in black, and then a woman who is with him, who
Mhm.
had a cloak on or whatever.
I remember them.
Yeah, you guys got stopped because bandits came out in front of the caravan, and the four of you went out
Mhm.
to go take care of it, but the woman stayed back, or the woman in the NPC in the caravan. You took out all bandits except two, which ran south.
Oh, I have
of
their
that road.
names. Lioness the Archer and Serenity the Mage.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you followed the two bandits back into this town. The four of you on foot, and you all started fighting. You guys split off into, I think, Donnie and the Mage, and then you and Linus.
No, it was me and the mage and Linus and Donnie.
Okay. And
I remember that. I didn't think it was. I remember now when you were saying town, though. I didn't think of this as a town when we did this. It was more like a couple buildings that we went into, and the
so that's pretty much it.
Serenity, like fucking fire tornado, the whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's called Banditville or Bandit Town, but like it was like an actual camp where it had like a large warehouse, like technically like 8 buildings or something, but like you guys went through to clear out like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, that's.
I do remember it being a funny encounter because Lioness the Archer was acting like a real hard ass for a while when we met him, and then we got here and he just started rolling really low, back to back to back. He
You know,
almost died.
sometimes the dice don't like me.
It was funny.
But yeah,
But anyway, coming back.
then you and Donnie pretty much collapsed and woke up at Brockheart.
Yeah, that's because the older lady in the car was actually the white mage who gifted me with my cross.
Yep. Yes. So after
And she's the one who knocked this book out.
Yeah, after walking around the town and looking at it, you remember that time. Bless you.
Okay.
And you realize that it's the same place.
And you're saying somebody burned it down, huh?
No, I'm saying it never
This
recovered.
Oh, it never recovered?
Because, I mean, it's still burned out. Yeah. There's as a player who plays games, like your actual mind is thinking that it's a bug that that it didn't get fixed. Whatever that fire tornado was, just absolutely wrecked the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I voiced my thoughts, and I was like, hey, I know where we're at. This is where me and my friends kind of went a little crazy after we almost got our asses kicked. That was a long time ago.
Went a little crazy. Wait, are you saying
Yeah.
you and some people you knew broke a quest?
Possibly. Didn't know we broke it. The player with me went a little cray-cray and, unleashed a fire tornado.
I didn't know that could happen.
She hit her limit break.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, I'm glad to know that there's not anybody camping here. It's just a broken quest. That is a relief.
Not really. Because I know the lady who did this fire tornado, and she said it was just fire manipulation, and I've got that.
Does that bother you?
A little bit, yeah. I'm always looking for more magic.
Well, some people specialize and some people generalize, Gnomeface. You seem like more of a generalizer.
No, I will specialize in everything.
Okay, Gnomeface. What do you think, Sven?
I think I'll have another drink.
I can agree to that. I have myself a drink.
Yeah, so you guys sit down. You decide to share some stories between the two of you, or the three, the group. And wait the day out and sleep in the booze or floor, wherever you find a nice comfortable spot.
Yeah, before I go to sleep, I'll throw a barrel of ale in the chiller.
There you go.
Just one for the road.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so then you wake up in the morning, and you load up the wagon and head on out.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything to do here. This is an interesting destination.
Don, is that a new chair?
Yeah.
I saw the Dignitas logo and I'm like, oh, what looks like the Dignitas logo.
It's a bomb on fire.
That's about right. Yeah, so you guys, you can go back the way you came and hit up the graveyard, or Gnomeface has an idea of where to go after this.
Why would I have an idea? We got knocked the fuck out.
Do you remember how you came in here originally? Maybe.
Okay.
I'm looking at the map. Either of you guys... Where's the road out of here? I thought there should be another one.
I mean, from what Gnomeface told us about this place, I'm assuming Gnomeface told us the story, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From what he told us about this place, we should have woken up in Brockheart. So I don't know why that didn't work.
Got knocked out, woke up, different place. Whatever enchantment that was, it doesn't seem like we were under its thrall.
Guess we'll have to hoof it.
Unfortunately.
Gnomeface, you do know that the caravan that you were riding, the road that it was on, it was north of the town, and that you ran.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so you do know your way out. After that, you don't know, but you can, you know where you stopped. I'll say that. So you're kind of leading the group now.
Yeah. I lead into the path, and I know we were heading west to east. So I go, well, the caravan was heading that way before we got knocked out, and I point to the east down the road. So I'm assuming that's the way we got to go. And then I look at Gale and I go, aren't you a big fancy knight of Brockheart? Shouldn't you know this?
We always have pre-planned destinations and oftentimes guides. We don't always do all our navigation ourselves. I only have a general understanding of geography.
I look at you and I go, that's just a lazy excuse.
I mean, without his Gale pathfinding squire, he's lost. He needs his GPS.
It's true. We do have squires for that. I don't have one right now. Sven, you read the brochure.
I did.
Gnomeface, you would know that if you read it as well.
Nope.
Lacking a squire? Having an adventurer who knows his way around is a good runner-up. Anyways, let's head the way Gnomeface said.
Yeah, you guys hoof it you're on your way back. You're on your way on the path. It's about not a full day walk. I'd say probably two-thirds of a day. Yeah, I'd say probably like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. ish. You guys start walking. You can see mountains in the distance. It's kind of opened up. There's not really much forest. And you start to see some familiar sights. You know, with the mountain range. Gale, you know that one all too well. Gnomeface, you know it. You guys start getting excited. Well, Gale gets excited. I don't know about Gnomeface.
Oh.
You start walking, and over the horizon and coming into view, you see you can start seeing from the top down. You see the upper level of the of Brockheart, and then you start seeing the wall or the waterfall on the right. And as you get closer, you see the tops of the wall or the tops of the gates, and then the rest of the wall. And about I'd say probably 3 o'clock, standing in front of you is the wonderful city of Brockheart.
There it is, fellas. Take it in. Michaels, Smiths, Sven, take it all in. And Gnomeface, I'm sure you're glad to be back as well. The most glorious city built by anyone ever.
Looks even better than the brochure.
Brochure tried, but could not capture its brilliance. I'm breathless.
All right, now it's like 3:30 after Gale takes his moment, and you guys start to get to you approach the gate.
Oh, we're at the gates. Oh,
Just about. Do you guys want to continue? Do you guys want to
I can continue.
wait till next? Well, as a group, because there's gonna be a lot of RP. So
Oh, okay. Gnomeface, Nurger Splurgen. What do you guys think? Yeah.
you don't have to send me a whisper when I'm literally asking you if you want to stop.
Somebody whisper.
No, yeah, I
Just say
saw
it.
I saw it was 8 o'clock, and I'm like, well, Mamber's half asleep anyways, and so I'm asking you guys if you want to stop, and he just whispers to me in roll 20, sleep, sleep.
Just say it. We understand.
Wait, I thought you closed roll 20. Did you literally just open roll 20 to whisper to me sleep?
I don't close it. I just move the tab.
Oh, that's a horrible excuse, no face. But yeah, so we'll call it there. We'll like I suspect about probably 2 sessions once we get everything done in Brockheart.
Like I said, I make no promise for Wednesday. We've been pumping out oil pretty hard, so whenever we run oil, I end up going in at 1.
That's fine. Well, 2 sessions would put us the week before Christmas, and estimated to you start of next year,
Mm-hmm.
which will be 3 sessions after 3 sessions. But yeah, so
Okay.
our group of adventurers arrive in Brockheart, or to the gate of Brockheart, where Gale has to report back his quest and come to face some doubts he's had. Gnomeface gets to see his girlfriend once again and go check on the guild. And Sven gets to figure out what he's doing for the first time, as long as also the Michaels and Smiths, who have now finished, or who the group has accompanied since they were just stranded beforehand. There's one other thing I have to say, but Yeah, you're gonna have to tune in next week to find out what happens, or the stuff that they're gonna do once they get back to town.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. The glorious Brockheart.
Mhm.
I mean, I've been looking forward to that botanical garden this brochure's been telling me about. I've got to see that.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of guilds for training and stuff too. Like straight up, like
What the hell did you put in that brochure? What are you making me have to do?
Everything.
everything. It's an infinite page brochure.
I believe that is canon as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally filled with every single factoid about Brockheart.
All right, well that'll be fun for me to do. But yeah, any final words for the people in podcast land?
Get ready for what comes next. We're about to have a big change in scenery pretty soon as far as campaign settings.
But yeah, you're no longer on the road. You're in the city again.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, and all get that good stuff. I got some other things I'm working on that should be ready by the end hopefully at the end of the year. So we'll talk to y'all later and have a good one.
It is